Hi guys, this is Uma from React to the K, and thank you so much for bearing with me and being patient. Last weekend was KCON New York, got back, and I was like, you know what? I can react to like over 20 K-pop songs in one day. Psh. No. There's a certain time limit and a certain amount of songs where your brain just starts dying and refuses to be able to think and your words stop working. And yeah, so I wasn't able to make it to Shoot Me or Day6's latest album or a few other releases, so that's why this reaction's a few days late. Before we get into this reaction, I'm gonna look up the lyrics for this song so I know what this is about. I know the lyrics are always pretty important on top of the actual music, so I'm gonna quickly check that out. Ooh, the lyrics, our words towards each other are getting sharper and sharper. If the song uses text painting, the rhythms could get more and more staccato. Yeah, just shoot me, bang, bang, your bullet, bullet, bullet. Okay, so I guess shoot, bang, bang is more figurative than literal. Day6 and their upbeat music with really depressing lyrics. Whew. 3, 2, 1. Reggae? Chromaticism already in the vocal line. These are a bunch of weird sounds. Yeah, they really edited the percussion sound. Wow. It starts off super electronic. There were a bunch of sounds at the beginning that I didn't really recognize that could have been played on one girl's keyboard. Yeah, it's the synth. I liked that little break where it highlighted the keyboard and then the bass came in to lead us to the next section. Yeah, they're definitely playing with lots of different effects on the guitars, keyboards, and they edited the drums a while back too. Like this part. This sounds like a really new sound for Day6. I'm not quite grasping it yet. Oh wow! This is like the hardest rock Day6 has ever done. It's all the sound of the guitars and the power chords. Hear that top guitar line? Da 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 da. Nice instrumental break. Huh. Well, I definitely got goosebumps. And right now I'm actually taking a rock history class, so I'm learning more about the rock genre. Growing up, I only listened to classical music and pop folk, so I know nothing of genres, and so I decided to take this class so I can know more what I'm talking about. And yeah, I learned that there's a lead guitar, rhythm guitar, and of course the bass. Yeah, so this song is definitely a new sound. I do need to listen to it a few more times to kind of grasp onto it, because right now it isn't quite my cup of tea. A lot of times listening to Day6 music, immediately it's in my cup of tea and I'm like, yes, this is my jam. And that's why Day6 I think is actually like my second most favorite group at the moment, ACMU being #1, just based off of the amount of songs that I like and how much I like them. Be right back. Alrighty folks, review time. Got my notes, so basically I'm gonna take you through as I build on the form. I will talk about what happens in each section of the song. So to start off, little intro. And so the intro starts with only 3 different samples. So we've got this, and then we've got this, and then on top of that, first one. So we've got this little reggae feel, which I still am kind of like, does it really support the vibe? I don't know. They could have probably done something else like arpeggiations to heighten the eerie thriller-esque mood, but this does, I feel like this section is pretty creepy because of the chromaticism in the vocal line. It goes da 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 da. So in this section, we've got, on top of what this song started with, we've got Young K comes in, the bass. We've got Wonpil on keyboard playing da da on kind of like a jazz organ patch-ish. And then we've got, no, not jazz organ, I'd say just more like plain organ patch. We've got the reggae guitar, and then we've got these backup oh ah, or like oh ah, I forgot what they sing, but it's really muffled and it's just, it's as if a ghost is behind going like oh. But yeah, that adds to the creepiness. And then when the first verse transitions to the second verse, new percussion sample. Well, I said that a little bit late in the game. So yeah, we've got intro, verse 1, verse 2, I'm calling it since it's new stuff. And then we go straight into the pre-chorus, straight into J. Got the bass keyboard, same snare sound that came in on verse 2 when Sungjae was singing. It's this like, almost, it's like military-like, but almost, it sounds electronic, so they hella edited it in the mix. So after the pre-chorus, I really love the transition into the chorus. Do-won plays this tom like digga digga da, and then we hit the chorus. Sorry, was that Tom? Just kidding, that was a snare. Tom drums are the lower sounding ones. Feels fuller and smoother, and then the snare is like the or no, it's like the lower than that and it's like higher and tinnier than the so it's like that's how I describe the snare drum. So yeah, okay, so you use the snare drum to transition into the chorus. So the bang bang part, the snare drum doubles everyone saying bang bang, which is funny because snare drum does sound like a gun. Oftentimes in band music or orchestra music, if we need the sound of a gun, we hit the snare drum. What else is happening in the chorus is that we've got the pre-chorus, and we've got the da-da-da-da on the snare, and then we've also got J leading us into this kind of riff thing that he's doing. No, not really riff. He's playing his own line. We've got the main vocal melody that, you know, changes up, everyone's singing different notes, different rhythms, and then we've got the lead guitar going like da-dee-da-dee-da-dee, da-dee-da-da-da, like it's doing its own thing, and then it's over the bass guitar and rhythm guitar that are just outlining the chord progression, and then I just like how the melody transitions from Wonpil to J, I think it is. And then about the percussion, about the drum set part in this section, we have the typical 1, 2, 3, 4 rhythm on the snare drum. But then there's another drum that's called the bass drum or the kick drum, and usually it goes kick drum, snare, kick drum, snare, kick drum, snare in rock music. But this time he's like da, da, like he's syncopating it up, and it sounds almost like there are cannons being shot off. So I like the usage of the deeper sounding drums on the drum set and the rhythms. Synth transition. And then of course that really sexy bass lead in to the next verse. And we're back to, you know, being thinner texture and eerie and creepy with like chromaticism in the minor melody. And I call this verse 3 because there's a new synth. It goes like ta-ta, ta-ta, and it like adds almost white noise in the background. It goes like ta-ta, ta-ta. It's hard to hear since I'm playing this from the speaker of my phone, but when you guys listen to it, I'm sure you'll be able to hear it. Then verse 4, there's new guitar part. And it's like this really deep, grungy sound. And then of course, pre-chorus stays the same until the very end when Jay goes, yeah! Honestly, this song is like the angriest I've heard from Day6, and I think that's why its vibe mainly sounds different. Like, they've gone kind of haunting before, but like it was like pop-y haunting. The most angsty song from the past that I can think of is How Can I Say? Bridge! That feels so powerful because they take off the bass and they take off the bass drum. We have Do-woon hitting the hi-hat, I believe. Oh, there's a hi-hat right cymbal, left cymbal, and like right cymbal. I still get like the hi-hat. I know what the hi-hat is, but I get the cymbals mixed up. So I believe this is just the hi-hat going tss, 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 tss. And then we basically in this bridge, all attention is drawn to this da 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 me, and it's this angry chorus, and it's so powerful because we've got the main melody da da da, and then we also da da. We've got an octave below. But I love what happens in the music video during this part when that dude actor realizes he should fire back or something. There's something deep going on there, and it's a really dramatic turn in both the story and in the song, and I love it. Okay, and now this part when Wonpil is just belting over everything. We basically got the, you know, barely any percussion in the first part of the bridge, but then Do-woon does an awesome, yet again, an awesome transition on the drums, and then Wonpil comes in. It feels left empty. It feels so angry, and his voice represents, you know, the part in the music video when the guy is shooting back at the people who are hurting him. And I love the lead into the last chorus. Day6 and their transitions, oh my god, it's so good, so good. So like, you know, you think it's gonna da-da-da-da, bang bang, and you're like, yeah! But then the power chords don't come in until the second time, and so it adds to the intensity of the drop. Outro. Instrumental outro. They took out the bass, electric bass, so the ending part leaves us feeling empty because it's just all these treble instruments going. Oh, and I forgot to say, because I was talking about earlier, like, oh, it says sharper, sharper, right? In the pre-chorus, Jay sings that. No, the rhythms don't become more staccato, but he goes... The vocal line, or more like the background keyboard instrumentals, go up, and sharp in music means raised. So the melody is raised. So you can count that as text painting. Good job! Yay! Okay, that's it for my reaction review. I will be doing a first listen to the album. I'll try to get up as soon as possible. It's just kind of hard because I'm going to summer school and I'm also trying to live like a summer life and marathon Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I'll get it up as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.